let's talk a little bit of Overwatch, because we have so much stuff to get through today, Jaws. Welcome back, everyone. OWCS Stage 3 groups are up and running. This is day number 4. And we just played our first elimination match of the day, saying goodbye to AQ, seeing one-man army advance. So next up, we're heading over to Group D. As you can see, this is the Group of Death, we'd like to title it, where we get to see yet another elimination match. EXO will be taking on Supershy. Only one team will survive, and I'm personally very excited about both of these teams, so let's dig in. Necra, EXO, that had a good run in Stage 2. 4th place finish behind SSG, ENCE, and Gaming Gladiators, and I think people have a lot of expectations for this team. Do you feel like they've shown what they got this stage yet?
I think that they still have the best to show us, and I think that's why you look at this roster and you still get very excited. I mean, the fact that ANJ is here in the support lineup, Zirian as well, has been able to just really help make sure that this team is up and running. But across the board, I do think that Ex Oblivione has struggled a little bit to live up to the expectations that they had. You call it the 4th place in Stage 2. I'm going to call out the 3rd place that they had in Stage number 1, and I think that's why a lot of people do have this high expectation of this roster. They just have to live up to that. And so I really hope it's going to be with all of these players and just the opportunity they have to sub people in and out that'll help.
Absolutely. Yeah, lots of name value for the org themselves as well, as Ex Oblivione has been around the block for many, many years. Same can be said about Supershy, really, Jaws. They're equally winless currently. Same map score, actually, as Ex Oblivione. Now, since Stage 2, though, if looking at the roster, they made some changes. They picked up French GPS player Stelios, which should ring a bell to many, many people who've been following, what's it called? Contenders. I got it. Podanova, I believe, has been picked up on support, a Belgian player. So there were a lot of pickups and drops in between that, though. So it was a little confusing to watch this roster being put together for Stage 3. Not entirely sure how much time they actually had to play with each other and get ready for Stage 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since Stage 2, which is the crazy thing. Like, it felt like an eon, like a long time. It's funny too, if you look back at Stage 2, like, Supershy and Ex Oblivione were in the same group, but they were also in the same group as Space Station, so it's like, meh, okay, Space Station taken first in that group, that's fine. Supershy sticking with the majority of their roster too, which is quite nice, which is a little surprising to me, in a way, not because I'm like, I'm surprised that, they did so poorly or whatever. No, it's more like the time that they've had, the gap between Stage 2 and Stage 3 is just kind of immense, and that's why you see a lot of, like, kind of roster shuffles here, there, and everywhere. I'm excited to see Supershy play once again. I think they're... And one of the funniest things for me, I always remember just Danny singing Supershy every single time the team came on. Every single day we were in the studio. If Supershy was like brought up in any way, Danny will be singing the song. They did end up...
It's a banger. It
is a banger. They did end up going down in the lower bracket quarterfinals back in Stage 2, if you can remember that far back. So they obviously want to kind of repeat that same success. This being an elimination game too, a little bit rougher here, so one of the teams will go home, but it looks like EXO got the fan vote at the very least.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, honestly, given some of the name value we have, of course, on the Ex Oblivione, and just how long they've been around. The expectations are very, very high for that team, so they should be considered the favorite heading into this very match. I'm very excited to see what both of these teams have in store for us, with everything on the line here for them in Stage 3. Let's see who's coming out on top. Joss, Necro, take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much, Zoe. Ex Oblivione versus Supershy. I will not be singing, and I will not get the stream DMCA'd.
Oh, come on. Give the fans what they want, Josh.
I'm not getting any legal trouble. Also, I probably wouldn't get picked up by DMCA because my singing is not that good. Not as good as Danny's, that's for sure. All right.
Danny's is pretty good.
Nepal pick here from Ex Oblivione. Was actually the first map they played against SR Peak Check in their opening match. Didn't end up losing that 2-0. A little bit of a rough one, of course. Jake loving the Rhine. They had a lot of good Rhine maps in that series as well, I'll say. We'll see if Ex Oblivione don't want to repeat the same process here, but we'll see if Supershy can give it to them.
Listen, the viewers, they got it right the first time with the one-man army winning out the first series of the day, so you gotta think that the viewers are on it, and they've picked the winner of this match as well. Ex Oblivione, though, they're gonna be coming out of the gates with this Malga comp. You've got Gucci on the Genji as well as Lauren on the Venture, so a little bit of a different look to this Malga than what we have seen when Malga was like the meta. You have the Venture and the Genji that can play very close together as kind of like this dive division of this actual comp. And so you'll see them trying to go after the backline. Sobek and Podonova, they're gonna have to be very careful of the Venture and the Genji together.
Yeah, I love seeing the Venture paired up with the Rush. Supershy though with a good nade kill to start us off. Podonova taking down Lauren. However, Supershy seeming to manage to clean this fight up. Ex Oblivione, their ability to kind of stay in these fights and stay on the point is going to be quite evident, especially with the Mauga and how much healing they can receive, even with the Cardiac Overdrive being changed a little bit a couple of patches ago. Supershy, though, still come up with the point cap first. And with this unbelievable high ground, I mean, EXO have only got 2 people, realistically, that can chase after them in the Genji and the Venture, but good luck. It's such a strong position to be in. And they're closing in on Nano, too.
Yeah, this is gonna be... Oh, I mean, don't worry about the Nano. You gotta worry about the sound barrier that came up first.
Yeah, kind of a rare ultimate to come up first, that being the sound barrier. But yeah, taking so much damage in the early stages of the fight. Should be pretty quick and clean up here with this dive. Ex Oblivione with an early sound barrier, jumping on in the backline, and they've got the rush for this next fight too.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I just blown away sometimes about being able to see the sound barrier as one of the first support ultimates ever online, especially when we got an Ana or a Kiriko. You expect those to be coming up first, but yeah, the Cardiac Overdrive on the Mauga is certainly a way that you can keep these fights going, and there's the rush as you called out.
Yeah, you just have to almost automatically disengage right when that Cardiac Overdrive comes through. Lost such a short amount of time these days. Primal Rage has been popped from Atori. There's the Nano Boost applied to him too. Gonna use the Tesla Cannon, prying a lot of damage, but yep, of course, classic Mauga, just standing in the corner, pops Cardiac Overdrive, doesn't die. Supershy still struggling to find a kill. There it is, finally taking out Eyes. And Lauren too, suffering the same fate, but it did take them a fair amount of time. However, halfway through that fight, of course, managing to cap is going to be a big bonus for them. 32%, now 50 and building.
Huge, because they also have this a couple of ultimates they can throw into the fight early. I'm looking at the Bob, so Zoro can let that rip as soon as you see Ex Oblivione go ahead and make their way in. And EXO, they're still looking for this like Venture Genji combo. It's finally up now, but wow, the case. Yikes.
I think the Tracer hit the frame perfect recall there. Pat got out of there before the cage could lock them down. Rough start. Mauga dead, Bob deployed, Rally Pulse available for the next fight for Supershy. Ex Oblivione lost one of the best tools they have at locking down this such high mobility comp from Supershy, and they're going to put pedal to the metal there. Actually forced the Venture to use ult too. Thought they had a good attack, although I say that Sobek was still in range. That must have been on the tip of the explosions there, as Lauren comes up with a large kill. Does end up getting anti, dives into the backline, made some amazing trades. Lauren picks up 3 kills on the Venture. Ex Oblivione just run over that fight. Supershy, they thought they had that, and I thought they did too.
That's just how you play the Venture. Okay, first of all, the range on the Tectonic Shock is crazy. That is like the longest Tectonic Shock hit I've ever seen in my life. But the fact that you also have the ability to like drill dash, you saw that into the Ana, just soften it up enough that you just need one more melee and then Podonova is out of there. And Ex Oblivione in the nick of time, able to get this point, means that they have one more life, one more fight left in them with another Sound Beer, with this Dragon Blade as well that didn't get ripped in that last fight.
Well, Nano on, forces that beat, and Hattori instantly having to pop with that Primal Rage. Blade comes in from Gucci, instantly annihilating Podonova. Even takes that Mega Health Pack too. That was clean, in and out in a flash. Sobek just bashed past Gucci. And this Ex Oblivione putting themselves on final fight. Another pill. Oh yeah, another kill. Just keep going. Anybody else peeking their heads around the corner? No. 10% to go, and Supershy switching to fast heroes to try and get a final touch.
And they're going to be running right into a rush, though, from Zirian. Like, it's going to be so tough to actually access this point without taking too much damage. That's why you got Pack to try to sneak onto the point with the Tracer, but already forced to hit the recall.
Triple blink on. Notori's back, gets another touch, but Sobek's already dead. Where's the ult? Where's the damage? Where's anything from Supershy right now? Thought they had the game in the bag. 93% is all they'll get. Ex Oblivione with a beautiful turnaround in the hands of Lauren on the Venture. Start off the series pretty damn strong.
I mean, that 3K absolutely just flipped that point on its head. And if you're super shy, it's hard to not take some amount of mental damage from that. You know, like you had the point, you had the percentage, you also had a pretty good handle on the ultimates, and then out of nowhere, right, it like Lauren comes in and absolutely flips the script with the venture. So now you have to go on to this next point where maybe you're not feeling as confident as you were on that first one.
Little change up too. A little bit of a Sigma play. I can imagine EXO are thankful they don't have to face Cloudy again. I would imagine. Faras too. So going for a complete mirror on both sides. The Farah getting an angle. If Loren can kind of exist on this sidelines, it'd be really nice. That would be the ideal situation. Just Loren and ANJ just wrapping around, just punishing Zoro for kind of stepping up. And making Zoro look two different ways too.
Right, yeah, it's like, it's the Ashe and the Farah, both of them trying to play to get some type of pick in the backline. So you're gonna see like Zerion and ANJ even potentially like split up their focus, likewise the Lucio and the Baptiste on the other side. Both their mortality fields are out too, by the way. Like they've just been like out and instantly deleted. It's only a matter of time now.
Low. It's like a 2v2 happening on the side there. It'll be ANJ getting the better of Sobek. Good cat from Ex Oblivione to start off a win. Yeah, it's literally like a 3v3 and then a 2v2 on the other side. You gotta protect that sideways flank though. The Farah can do some nasty work. That Sig shield can't be poking all different ways at once, sadly.
Right, we have an amplification matrix here from Potanova. So Ex Oblivione, they don't want to get caught out. They want to make sure that they have an opportunity to use theirs as well as Zerion also gets set online.
Oh, good boop. Really nice boop there. Anything to capitalize on, doesn't look like it. Window's in a good spot from Potanova. Does force Ex Oblivione back to that mega health pack room, but they swing with a window of their own. Lamp saves Satori's life, but pack off into the distance there, gets taken out by Zerion.
Quick disengage though. Like Ex Oblivione, they get a chance to push up so far because of how like just this like space creation from Ice. You've got the sound barrier as well, so another way that you can just keep playing so aggressive towards this choke point. Super Shy, they get a chance to make their way through, but they're taking so much damage from the dynamites, all this poke. Their rockets here from Lauren, so much spam damage coming in.
Decent dynamite. Zoro earns himself a bob. Here comes the sound barrier and the flux. They're just throwing everything into this fight. They can make this last. All for the better. Of course, these fights will take quite a while to kind of finish. ANJ with a nice boop on the bob. Hitori, where's that flux? Don't think he even hit there at all. Soma takes down Eyes once again, and this will be Super Shy finally kind of pushing onto the point. The barrage from the high ground, Loren unhindered by the entirety of Super Shy there. Eventually kind of slain, but made it a bit of a tough battle. ANJ now versus the BAP. It's got the legs on him though, but Zerion does end up claiming the kill. Super Shy just kind of fumbling at the very last hurdle there, not spotting out Loren, who managed to turn the tides of that fight pretty quickly. And now ANJ is going to try and find the flip. Super Shy, are they going to be able to contest? It doesn't look like it, as Ex Oblivione are going to be able to cap once more.
Once more. You do see Zerion actually get sent over the side there as Pac is able to get the concussion rocket to send them over. But you got to touch the point. Overtime is starting to expire.
Okay, touches. We got it. We got it. Nice rotation there from Super Shy. Zerion's going to come back in just a moment. Window deployed as well from Potanova. Should be a pretty easy time healing and doing some extra damage there. Ex Oblivione now with a full reset. Coming in, 99%, only one fight required.
One fight required, but and like there's this amplification matrix to work with. Super Shy don't really have a great way to answer this. You're gonna see a big wraparound though from EXO as well to just try to bypass some of this damage through that main choke point. But you don't even see Super Shy actually playing that close together. In fact, ooh, Hitori's gonna have to be careful. Actually,
yeah, you're dead.
Side.
I think Hitori is gonna die here unless a miracle happens. Nice little boop. Oh, she might be able to get two. ANJ finds Solveig, boops the Lucio off the map. What a really nice play. Aggro play for ANJ. Ended up going round the outside of the map to start the fight off with, and then booping Hitori out of the LOS of his supports. Ex Oblivione, a 2-0 on Nepal. All right, starting off with a bang there. A&J's play at the very end was just sublime. Really nice heads up from the Lucio. It's tough in that situation if you're the Sigma. You end up just getting destroyed. If you're pushed into that like outcrop where the Mega is, good luck. Your healers are not going to be able to follow you up.
Yeah, I love getting a chance to see A&J on this roster. A&J has just been kind of a staple in the European contender scene, even actually having a couple of stints there in North America. But I feel like when it's come down to A&J, it's always been such a strong Lucio player. You can probably remember seeing them on Nuage, Caltus, Raspberry Racers, just like the staples of EMEA contenders. You love to see it.
Yeah, showing some highlights from that last game. So again, Lauren really clutch at the end of these fights. Not afraid to kind of use ultimates when the fight does end up breaking down. I think this was Supershy going a little bit too aggressive, like pushing into the Mega Health Pack. But to be fair, having the Tectonic Shock reach that much of a distance is a little crazy. I think Sobek kind of hitting himself in the head there and going, okay, well, my bad for extending that far, but come on. Does it really have to go that far? Does the range, can we nerf the range a little bit here, please? Like,
you can't fault Sobek for that. That's like, that's like wild. That absolutely.
Just out on the open field. And then again, like Lorraine coming up big with a barrage, a little 2K there on Zobek and Zoro. And here's the A&J play, was what I was kind of talking about, booping straight back into the Mega Health Pack. Forces Sobek to try and rotate too. You saw Sobek coming in to try and save Hisori, who was just isolated completely. Easy as you like, straight through the shield, nice little boop, and that ended the map.
Yeah, A&J even stole the full health, like the large health pack there as well, so it wasn't even like Hitori actually had a chance to stay alive. It was still relatively close though, right? I think the stats show us that a little bit more healing done on the Ex Oblivione side, but otherwise, like, pretty similar damage across the board. I think Supershy, they did show a very good close fight there on our first point, and as we get into the later maps in the series, I feel like we are going to see a little bit more fight from them too. The match is definitely not over yet by any stretch of the means.
Yeah, I mean, EXO with a retool roster, they're looking good so far. We have to see where Supershy kind of want to take us. Like I mentioned before, Supershy made it to the main event, ended up going down in the lower quarters after getting knocked down pretty quickly by Ents. That was their first round opposition. Got 3-0'd, who's already shocked there. And then they ended up beating Arye, and then Peace and Love ended up beating them, and then they ended up getting knocked out in main event. So just continuing this streak would be kind of nice, but this is an elimination match as we go to Dorado. That'll be Supershy's map pick. It is going to be all about the dive here.
Definitely about the dive. We haven't really gotten a chance to see that quite yet from both of these teams on the mainstream. That's also another thing to point out is, like, we haven't seen Supershy or Ex Oblivione yet. If you were following the co-streamers, thank goodness for them. They did get a chance to showcase these matches, but I'm excited to see Hitori pick up the Winston once again, and then Ice as well. I think it'll be fun to watch the two of them go at it with the Winston picks.
I think Pac was pretty impressive last stage. So see if they can do anything with the Widowmaker. Curious if they're going to change too, of course. Knowing Gucci and Laurent. What just happened to Gucci? What?
I think Gucci played way too far forward then. Or got slept and then burst with like a dynamite and some shots?
That is
I don't know, but
really bad loss of a player. Well, Tori, they end up getting booped down to low ground, anti-naded, but yeah, losing your Tracer there's rough because you lose a lot of that high ground control. Means Tori can be a little bit more free. Not quite free as a monkey here, free as a bird even, sorry. So Tori gets dominated by the support line. Gucci is back. All good, get some revenge.
Ori, that's the Tracer difference. Just being able to blink 3 times forward, then the Tracer reappears. So still a very good defense hold from Ex Oblivione. You've got the opportunity to popcorn down here for your eyes. The Winston just being able to play on the tops of these buildings. Just throw yourself back down on the point to be able to get the contest there. And this cart gets stopped in its tracks, like right underneath this archway. Means that it's going to be so much more difficult for Supershy to actually get some bodies on the point. Before, like, Ice drops down again. Ooh. I mean, Selbek just gets bullied back into spawn.
Pac's doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now for Supershy, pushing that payload. It's going to force a small rotation from Gucci, but the payload being in this spot isn't going to really matter too much to Supershy at all. It's going to start regressing pretty quickly, and it's just classic Dorado first. Your Arno's just constantly throwing nades at this corner, hoping that they land one. Well, Zerion deploys the nano, yeah, and Loren insta-killing Hattori. Hattori, they've had a rough start, rough go of it so far, with only 2 minutes to go too. Supershy in a sticky spot. At least they don't have to worry about nano now. But they haven't got Pac, by the way. Like, Pac is just just trying to get this payload, but it is distracting Loren at least somewhat.
Yeah, it does make that the Echo gets kept busy. Hattori, though, like, as you were saying, this Echo is just such a strong presence to have in the face of something like the Winston, because the sticky bombs help to burst down to below that half health, and the focusing beam just absolutely melts these tanks if you can get into the bubble. Finally, a little bit of revenge comes through from Supershy, but Gucci, what?
Here comes the rally. Sobek's 1% off rally too. Do they manage to pop it in time? No, they get run down by Gucci. I was waiting to hear that voice line. Yeah, Supershy, and I think Sobek realized too that we can't use the rally in this fight. A&J already used theirs. We end up just going next. We got 5 ults. And Pac that whole time has been fighting that backline battle. Just trying to get that payload close as possible to that checkpoint, but only 60 seconds to go now.
That's why these 5 ults are going to be so important. Because if you can't get the job done now, then there's no hope for the rest of this map, because you also have run out of time. So that's where the rally's going to go first, as Supershy make their way to the point.
Yeah, duplication coming into the Winston, though, for Ex Oblivione. So they got 2 Primal Rages, maybe, or a single Primal Rage to maybe utilized. Sobek's already dead too, and now Podonova's going to be super vulnerable in the backlines, so in fact tries to take the fight into their own hands. I'm not sure that was all too wise. They did end up deploying the nano boost, but there's going to be a recontest here from Ex Oblivione. You can see Loren just using that shift to get up into the high ground, and Hattori can't escape. They missed the jump there, hit their little head. And with 15 seconds to go, Supershy aren't even going to get this first point. 5 ultimates deployed, and now they're going to try and get back with the Kiriko. Just try and get onto the point ASAP, and you can see Loren just trying to look for anybody that can touch. Pac will get there, trigger OT, but where's the backup?
Hattori's going to be coming back on the Doomfist as well, but it's instantly naded.
Gucci dead though. No pulse bomb, good headshot with the kunais, and Zoro following that up, but there's a nano boost to deploy, and it should be easy now. Just a cakewalk, a simple day in the office for Loren on the Echo. And there is the payload. There is where it will end. Ex Oblivione with a really nice hold. Wow, you don't see that every day. Being held first on Dorado. 5 ultimates burn from Supershy in that final fight. You saw the game plan there, Rose. Pac permanently being aggressive on the Tracer. Just contesting constantly, trying to distract Loren and the rest of the team. But Ex Oblivione just had all the answers to what they were throwing out. A lot of that off the back of these nades from Zerion too.
Yeah, it's like Zerion with the nades, and then just the quick follow-up there from Loren on the Echo made this defense impenetrable. Supershy, like, you call Pac out to, like, Pac trying to turn their attention so that maybe the rest of Supershy can go through, but even when they had the 5 ultimates, that should have been their fight in the bag. You saw them start out with the rally, and then Sobek actually gets bursted out of that, so you don't have the Brig anymore to help you get through with the shield bashes, try to deal with something like Ice on the Winston, and then you start losing out on the rest of your members as well. I think it was like Zaro and Pac, like, not too long to follow after that, and that was before they were even able to use the ult. Like, the bomb got thrown out, and Zaro gets shut down. Not great to have the 5 ultimates and not able to get the job done there.
Yeah, I mean, you can... Oh, man. Yeah, I can just feel the pain.
I feel it.
Getting held on first on Dorado. Like, the thing is with this map too, and I don't think Ex Oblivione are going to do it. Nah, they're not going to play Widowmaker or anything. One pick can really open this up, because the supports are sometimes pretty vulnerable on that high ground. To like a Widow just hitting a nice grapple. We saw a couple of those in NA last week. We'll see if Supershy can kind of recreate this. I mean, this was the map Ex Oblivione won as well versus SR Peak Check, so Curious why Supershy wanted to bring them here, although maybe, again, kind of confident in their own game like you were bringing up before, Rose.
Yeah, but maybe a little less confident now, especially after being full held on Dorado and then also losing out a couple of these fights with these ult advantages. Lauren, again, like opening things up onto Hitori, you're just losing out on your tank time and time again. At the very least, like the rest of Supershy, they're able to help clean up a little bit on this high ground and get these trades in so that Supershy can keep this defense alive, but you still got Gucci up, and Gucci has been such a pain for Supershy to deal with.
I mean, so is Pac, to be fair. Pac has been a pain for Ex Oblivione to deal with. Pac took over that whole fight. Just taking down the supports. Hitori was the first to fall, like you rightly called out. And you can see the difference in the Primal Rage, and even like the positioning now of Ex Oblivione. They might just want to go now. Yeah, Zora's already down. Rose, Primal Rage just popped by Ice. Sobek's got 1% towards that rally, ends up popping it too. This is their final stand, but the walls, I think, of Dorado will end up collapsing here unless Pac can try once again for a miracle fight, but gets bested by Gucci on the Tracer. Might just want a 3x here, honestly. Supershy even switching over to the Widowmaker to try and find this crazy final pick, but Hitori with 10% towards Prime was their final hope. They're just ignoring him. They just ignored him. Well, Hitori, that's fine. You can just stay on the payload. We're just going to rally and pulse bomb into your backline. Hitori and Pac finally come out with some kills here as Gucci fends over this point. But here comes the reset. 2 minutes to go for Ex Oblivione. But they know they've burnt both support ultimates from Supershy already.
Zara switched again off the Widowmaker now, going over to the Echo to match that of Lauren. Plays a little bit better there with the Tracer, as you were saying. Like, Pac has just been putting in a monstrous effort here for Supershy to keep this defense up, but there's still a minute and a half to go as Ex Oblivione are working up to not only the nano boost that they can throw at this one, but Lauren's duplicate. There's so many good targets here. We've even seen the double Winston play from Ice and Lauren, but you gotta go back to the drawing board maybe, unless you think that this Hitori trade is enough.
Yeah, good nade on A&J to start the fight out. There's the nano into the back line, but even better sleep, Pod over, carrying the fight on their backs. At least for the time being. Ice does end up waking up, and Gucci, once again, getting better of Pac. I think that might just do it. That's going to seal the deal. Sobek dead, Pod over 2, and Ex Oblivione now just have to deal with one very angry Winston, but easily dealt with. Supershy end up going down on their map pick of Dorado. It's Ex Oblivione. Gonna be a speed run of a series, Rose. We're 2-0 already as we head into a third in just a moment.
It's coming up big here for EXO. I mean, we were wondering whether they would be able to live up to the expectations that this organization has built for themselves as one of the huge pioneers in the EMEA contender scene, and it seems to be the case so far that they can start to even up the score a little bit. Wow. I mean, like, for Supershy, I feel like they got snubbed of that one round in Nepal, and then the fact that they got full held on Dorado, it's gotta be hurting the mental a little bit that they can't seem to get these fights. Like, just going back to the fight that they had the 5 ultimates in.
Right. Yeah, I think when you're going into a fight like that, especially with double support ultimate too, like the main idea from the brig there, you have to block that nade. Because if that nade lands on the brig, that brig, despite having all the extra armor, if she is focused down, it's a pretty easy kill if you're the Winston and the Tracer. I think Pac and Gucci kind of, as a head-to-head, I think Pac was kind of on top of dominating the field, but Gucci ended up coming up with kills at the very end as soon as they started to focus Pac a little bit more, knowing how much Pac was actually doing for Supershy. Yeah, for a team that has been together for quite some time, a little bit of a disappointing start against Ex Oblivione, it must be said. In that fight, well, you just saw the clip just before this one. That was the fight Pac managed to kind of carry the team. Hitori, once again, the main focus for Ex Oblivione was taken out so quickly after an anti-nade landed. And Pac was coming up with just solo kills. Good stick from Gucci too. I think both Tracers, in fact. Even despite the hotfix, right? The 6 damage to 5.5 again. When will Tracer ever get like a please, leave Tracer alone at this point. The damage flopped every single patch, it felt like. But even despite that small hotfix nerf, Pac and Gucci coming up large, and pretty close stats though across the board, apart from the deaths, of course, 15 to 29. But damage and healing around the same.
I think it just comes down to how well these teams are playing together as a team, right? Like, Pac can have these super performances, but if the rest of the team, like, is struggling to keep up and actually follow through with the damage and the picks that Pac is getting, then it can be very difficult. On the flip side of things, you see Lauren not only be able to be aggressive with the amount of damage that's getting put down, but you also see the follow-up from the Winston. Ice is always there to make sure that there's a bubble in place so that Lauren can play aggressively at that, and then you just have all of the support to follow it up with. I think it's going to be tough. I think there's been those hero moments from Supershy, but those singular hero moments just aren't enough to get the job done against a team like this.
Another 3-0, man. I looked so silly at the start of the day. I was like,
so
there has been less 3-0s in EMEA, like NA. I feel like there's a ton more. Like, now we're seeing maybe 2 3-0s back to back. We're going to jump to a quick break. I hope we go for a little bit longer here. Maybe a map number 5. We'll see if Supershy can come back. But Ex Oblivione, they just want to lock out the series. They want to eliminate him and move on to that decider match against SR Peak Check. We'll see you after this. Welcome back. Here is the map set. Supershy versus EXO. EXO up 2-0. I mean, yeah, that Dorado game, that's a VOD watchers skip to map number 3 moment, I think. It was a very short one. Full hold from EXO. And Supershy just unable to get much stuff done. At the end of the day, you know, you're hitting the nades, Pac's coming up large on the Tracer, but just the scrappy fights end up boiling down to, well, can Gucci kill Pac quick enough before Pac destroys the entire team? And a lot of the times that was correct. Go over to New Junk City now, Rose, as our flashpoint.
Okay, so throw the dive out the window. It's gonna be back to the Mauga. We ended up seeing Ice on Ex Oblivione pick up the Mauga for our first map of the series in Nepal, Lauren on the Venture, and then we also ended up seeing Gucci on the Genji that actually helped make sure that this Mauga composition was at kind of its peak level of success. But I don't know, I think Gucci could also just play the Tracer and be totally fine. I don't think you necessarily have to bring out the Genji here to see this Mauga reach its full potential on this comp. But we are going to end up seeing the Genji regardless, and Supershy actually with the Genji as well from Pac. But it's going to be Zaro and the Cassidy to kind of switch things up.
Yeah, I'm curious why Podonova's on the map here. It feels like the Ana or the
Venture. I feel like it has to be because of the Venture.
Yeah, potentially. The Ana or the Kiriko would be pretty sick here. The Suzu is so valuable. Oh dear, that's a bit of an overextension. By the looks of it. Ice instantly getting taken out there. You saw them trying to push in with the Cardiac Overdrive. If you can kind of outmatch the enemy team with Cardiacs, I think, especially it being 3 seconds now, more impactful, but 3 seconds. You just kind of wait out and then push back in. It can be such an overwhelming amount of healing for the rest of your team. It's tough for the other squad to come back. Quick cap there for Supershy. See if EXO can come back in.
Yeah, pretty quick cap, and like Ice does have the overrun, so you can get back into the fight pretty quickly, and you're seeing Lauren just look for an opportunity to strike this backline. But this is why I feel like that Baptiste is sort of the perfect hero to have. You have the immortality field, which as long as you don't get booped out of its area of effect, like that's a great way to be able to deal with what the Venture can throw at you.
Yeah, and if you can get the lamp in a tricky spot too, against the cage, that can be quite kind of tough to deal with. Focusing the lamp first, then getting the cage in. Yeah, the shift also pretty helpful in that regard too. Yeah, definitely some merits for sure. And now you've got the window, and Zoro's going to be a bit of a mean character, a mean guy behind that, I would imagine. Here comes a sound barrier very early from Ex Oblivione. Window comes in. Both Cardiac Overdrives have been popped. They'll fade away in just a moment as every single ultimate is just dumped in this small corner. A kill will come through eventually, and there it is. First one. Zoro through the window, instantly killing Ice. Gucci pulling the play, though, trying to find a semblance in this fight. Ends up getting 2 kills. Can they find another? End up getting to the point. Trigger and OT once again, but the blade has been sheathed, and so has he. Pac puts him in his back pocket. Gets a couple of reset kills and a triple at the very end for the Genji, as they don't even need to use the blade of their own. Supershy only using 2 ults in that fight as they claim first points.
Maybe just a glitch in the system for the first 2 maps of the day, but this Mauga composition from Supershy looks so much better. Hitori looks way more comfortable in this role as well, just knowing that they can actually push the aggression a little bit better with this hero. You're not going to be nearly as punished when you have something like the Cardiac Overdrive to sort of help make sure that you can actually get up close and personal, right? Just knowing that you have the lifesteal. But the cage, too, so early.
Yo, the cage and the blade. Oh, it never gets old. It really doesn't. You see ANJ there as well was like, I'm going to make it, guys, over to the other side. And it gets caged and dragged back in. Nice stuff from Supershy. And that's just not using both of those ults in that previous fight. Just knowing they can kind of wait out the beat, wait out the rush, and then come back in with a pack cleaning up. Good stuff from Supershy thus far. Very different look to the team. Doesn't look like the same team we've seen over the last couple of match rows, although very different comps, to be fair. Dive versus the Rush.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, the Rush is definitely showing up so much better for them. Like, you saw the Sigma composition even on Nepal, which just wasn't quite the right look either, it felt like. But here you go with this Mauga. Gonna get stuck in the cage, but doesn't really matter when Zoro's there.
Yeah, both Genji's dead. Pushing from Ex Oblivione now. Using that cardiac overdrive, trying to chase down the Tori. They do end up going down. Ex Oblivione in decent amount of control, although Supershy still building up to about 75% or so.
Okay, I mean, maybe very close to that round completion there for Supershy, but Ex Oblivione finally starting to get something on the board. It's taken a little bit though, right? Like, Supershy still had the upper hand in a lot of these fights, and even with Zoro being able to get the Deadeye in the cage, felt like it was almost going to be another Supershy victory in that fight, but now we get to look forward to Ex Oblivione having that point control, seeing where this Kiriko can actually start to make a difference when you do have this Kitsune rush.
That was so sick from Loren then. I think that Hindenade actually stopped the, well, actually, it's unstoppable. I don't know. Looked like Hattori was, like, trying to charge out of there. Loren hit him with the concussive grenade.
Slowed down the overrunner a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, the overrun's unstoppable, but I think it stopped them actually using the overrun itself, like, by the frame. Looked like Hattori wanted to kind of walk up and then turn around to use it. Really heads-up play there from Loren. Sound barrier available from Sobek. They're actually going to use it aggressively, just beat in onto the point. Looks like Ex Oblivione trying to get out of here. Gucci moved away pretty low, used the deflect to make sure they stay alive as Supershy claim the points. Nice kill from Ice, killing of Zoro, but Lauren's in a good spot. High ground advantage here, and Podanova has to scurry for cover as Ice just chases them down. Supershy with only a brief touch and cap on the point. And Ex Oblivione coming up with one of their own.
All tied up here on Flashpoint as we look to where we're going next. It's going to be in Ex Oblivione's favor because it's right next door. We're going over to Ducks. And with the ultimate economy in their favor too, I feel like this is going to be a very quick point capture for them, or at least to kick things off on this Flashpoint. You've got the cage, you have your own blade that you can pair with it too. Yeah, just go for it now. You've got the perfect wombo combo online.
Yeah, they were ready. I think Supershy are aware of that too. They didn't want to take that small route. Tori's out of there. Oh, Loren actually ends up going down to Zoro.
That's really big.
How do Ex Oblivione kind of respond to this one? They still have the cage blade. They're going to jump down to the point as well. There's double cage. Oh, we're in Mauga We're in Mauga season here. Both Genjis using that blade too. Pack finding two. Oh, make that a third. Zoro steals that one away. Got decent amount of damage in. Cage blades from both sides there, but Supershy come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the fight took so long that Supershy inevitably were going to be able to get those ultimates of their own up. So you've got the cage bleed coming out much bigger for Supershy in the mix. You had Zoro actually be able to use the Deadeye, I think, in there too, which just definitely helped to make sure that those blade targets were able to come through thick and fast.
Yeah, both Cassidy's already down. There's the late soundbite from A&J. Sobek is desperate for his. Ends up using it at the very last moment there. Didn't end up getting Ajax. I was waiting for it. We haven't had one of them today. Gucci dead. Ice to follow. Supershy in such good standing. Beautiful sound, the late sound barrier there from Sobek, of course. Needed to actually earn it in that fight. I guarantee you, he's looking at his old meter like, please tick over to 99. Just spamming it. And now it's final fight on this point, Rose. Is Ex Oblivione going to try and make one final attack?
That overhealth from A&J's like expired so quickly, and even going into this next re-engage, what do they have? Lauren might have the Deadeye, but you've got to actually touch the point to trigger the overtime. You do get it, but Wow. Oh, man. Like, you're in so much pain.
Loren kind of hooked on a clothesline, put up there, out to dry. That was Eyes running to the point, helping Gucci, like, actually get there and find a cap. But as soon as that happens, Supershy's front line is like, their backline is completely isolated. We can just get in. They've already used their overrun. That's a cap to Supershy. Ex Oblivione on the brink of going to a map number 4. As they do end up rotating. They should be there quicker by the looks of it, as Supershy grouping up as 5 and Ex Oblivione are coming in from the sport.
Yeah, it is nice if Ex Oblivione can reach this backside of point, then they can use this Deadeye to buy a little bit of space and time. But you're still looking at Supershy having this Cage Blade online again, plus 2 other ultimates at their disposal when you look at the rush and the Deadeye soon to follow. Like, it should be Supershy's fight.
Oh, big Cage, not big enough apparently. Actually got nobody. What? But that looked like it got at least a couple there, but not to be. High Noon used from Loren as the point is capped by Supershy. Finds a little bit of damage, but that's about it. Now return High Noon from Zorro up to the high ground. Look how quick they are. Almost taking out ANJ's 1 HP on the Lucio. Finally cleaned up. Both rushes also used, and here's the later Cage from Ex Oblivione. Sound Barrier comes in, same with the Blade. Gonna chew through that overhealth now. Easy for Gucci. Everybody kind of collapsed in on one. It's actually Zerion of all people picking up kills on the Kiriko. Kiriko did get buffed, to be fair, the neutral damage.
Yeah, but still, geez, like, move on. Like, you should expect that Cage Blade is gonna come up big for the Genji, but yeah, like, Zerion really just putting in all of those headshots to make that possible. And honestly, huge credit to Ex Oblivione, because you look at that Cage Blade being online for Supershy first on top of the Kitsune Rush and you go, yeah, Supershy's got this. But that huge disengage from A&J meant that there was nobody caught in that cage, nobody caught in the Blade either, and Ex Oblivione got 50% of this point so far. I wouldn't even say like they're even out of the woods just yet with Lauren down.
Can Ex Oblivione get out of here unscathed?
Absolutely.
It does look like it, yeah. Random pick off there. Just Pack picking up Loren just across the map with a couple of shurikens. Definitely kind of got comboed out, I would imagine. Really quick re-engage. 55% and counting now. Sound Barrier and Kitsune Rush for Ex Oblivione. Should be an easy fight, you've got to say, unless someone gets randomly picked. Sound Barrier hits 4 as they rush on forward, straight to the back line. Same with the Rush too. They're investing a lot into this fight to try and make this work. Supershy putting up towards 80%. Here's the team wipe. They get 84, okay. Supershy only need 1 fight here, but that was an expensive one to win from Ex Oblivione. Looks like they maybe want to go fast.
Yeah, it was very expensive, but the payoff might be worth it. You know that these flashpoints tick up very quickly, so you're hoping that maybe the Deadeye is going to be enough to just try to win this fight outright, too.
High News both thrown at each other. Zoro goes pretty low there. Suzu perfectly timed there from Podonova to keep Zoro alive. Same with Zerion, to be fair. Everybody went silver. Got invulnerability. They do end up getting the touch too. 99% for Ex Oblivione as the rush ends up coming out from Supershy. Yeah, and over an extension of ultimates from Ex Oblivione last fight. I guarantee you they wish they had that beat. A slam into the backline from Hattori. Claims 2 kills as Supershy end up capping the point. And they still got more. They've still got this Blade. Supershy gonna send to a map number 4 unless Ex Oblivione can come back in this one. A&J running for the hills, but Hattori still claiming kills. A cage to end it all as Supershy take Flashpoint, they take New Junk City. Oh, it's not another 3-0 Rose. We're going all the way to a map number 4 as the reverse sweep is on the table now.
They heard you. They said, Jaws wanted a 3-1, and so I guess we're just gonna have to give it to him. Maybe we get the 3-2, actually, if we look at the reverse sweep potentially coming through. Major credit to Supershy. Honestly, it would be very difficult, I think, for a lot of teams and players to look at what happened in those first 2 maps and not feel a little bit doomed. But Hattori being able to play the Malga, the rest of the team being able to follow that up with just some really explosive team play worked out in their favor. And so I think Supershy is hoping, like, EXO, give us another one. Like, you know you want to. Let's play the Malga meta again. And they'll be able to win that too.
Yeah, I mean, Ex Oblivione want to go through this series and get some revenge on SR Peachek, who knocked them down into this situation. Of course, this being an elimination match is now also EXO's chance to pick. So where do they end up going here? Because now it's very much in their favor. Their destiny is in their own hands. So we jumped on some quick highlights here So, Supershy was a really nice early play, honestly. It looked... It was definitely more one-sided the first couple of points, but Ex Oblivione kind of biting back a little bit. I think a lot of that last fight did hinge on that double support ultimate usage in the second to last one, using the rush and the beat in one fight to try and get it done. Because they wanted to go early. It was a really nice play, like wanting to go use double support ultimates and then try and fight them near their spawn, so they have to get someone to touch for OT. I saw the vision there. But it was a super shot.
Yeah, but very high risk. Yeah, high risk, high reward. Unfortunately, just not getting the reward they wanted. But yeah, Supershy. I mean, I just loved seeing the team play that we ended up getting from them. Like, Hitori just felt so much more comfortable being able to play the Mauga. And when you have Padanova as well and Sobek just kind of continuing to deliver on all of these support ultimates, like, we never saw them, I think, go hand in hand. It was always like Kitsune Rush, and then you have the Lucio sound barrier, and the sound barrier in response to like a big cage blade from Ex Oblivione. It just ended up being the perfect response, and so everything coming together really nicely there for Supershy on that map. But Jaws, I don't know if we're going to be able to see the Mauga again from Supershy when we take a look at what's left in this map pool.
I'm just saying. I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, you know what? It's nice that we have a little bit, you know, the cage, the blade. It's pretty cool to watch. You know, a lot of big kills, a lot of cool things hip-hop happening, right? But
true.
If it's every now and then, that's more than okay with me. I don't want to get flashbacks randomly to the Mauga meta. That was pain. We are firmly out of that now. We're chilling. We're seeing a lot of variety, thankfully, across both NA and EMEA, to be fair, and in Korea and Pacific too. Here are the stats from the last game. The big joke here is, look at the healing done, by the way. 10k healing from Supershy versus
insane.
The 23 is... That is a ridiculous difference. Like, 13,000 heal difference between the two teams. Like, sure, like all-out offense, like we're not going to do any healing whatsoever, but 10k is very low.
10k is very low, but it makes sense. If you're just killing the team faster,
True.
Then
If we can just
do you really need to heal?
Yeah.
Probably not.
That's why I get shouted out all the time for playing Alari. I've got a highlight. Use it. I'm not using right click.
That's true.
I will end up after a game with 800 right-click healing and like 10k healing from Pylon.
Wow.
I just want to kill.
It's fair.
Exo,
you're the type of support player that everyone likes to yell at in their lobbies.
No. That's why you do it with another support player, so they can't let you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Which is not the case is when I do it with Scott. He yells at me as much as anybody would. Ex Oblivione, they're going to take us to King's Row. So, yeah, no Maugas here. It's just going to be a little bit more dive, I'd imagine. And we saw what happened on Dorado Rose. Very definitive map. Exo taking the Monkey Duel and winning it pretty easily, holding first. Not sure we'll see a first hold here on King's Row. Very, very rarely does that happen. But it looks like even a little changeover from Supershy, not opting for the dive, going for the Sigma instead, just helping Zoro set up for success on the Ashe.
Yeah. The poke makes a lot of sense. If you know that looking at Dorado, that Winston mirror was not for you, then here's one way that you can just totally opt out of that. Play the Sigma, play the Ashe. Ashe and Baptiste are certainly a bit more survivable, but yeah, also punishable in the same vein. While they get a chance to actually play together, I think I look at Ex Oblivione playing the Winston, they might be pretty happy about this. Just gotta get your way past that Sigma shield, and then you've got full real estate if you are this Winston to Tesla cannon down that big chunk of heroes. Actually, I know that Lord's gonna be on the Pharah too. Now this Sigma shield has like double duty you've got to play.
Yeah, we'll see if Zoro can actually even take down the Pharah. A&J almost getting instantly deleted. Oh, AJ's gonna get out of it! Oh, no way. I mean, I think he went a little bit too high for the building there. Worth the attempt, though. And this is going to be the big crux of this comp. Can the Pharah actually get in a position where they can be a big impact in the fight? It's like classic Pharah at this point, where you're just saying, you know, peek, rocket, like Hanzo does in a way with the arrows. But Zoro is just such an open space, Rose. It's going to be hard for Lauren to really get some meaningful damage in.
Yeah, like Zoro just has so many windows that you can peek out of too. So it's not necessarily easy if you're the Pharah. You gotta play whack-a-mole a little bit. Like, where is the Ashe?
Good sleep too on the Lucian. Not sure how you managed that, but it'll do. Yeah, you want one rocket, then you dive in with the Winston. That's exactly what we just saw.
Perfection.
Because you're not hiding behind the shield either if you're Zoro. Because Hattori has to touch point. And they end up just being a non-factor in the fight because everybody's kind of leaping over your head. And now Zoro, we see a change over to the Cassidy as Ex Oblivione capped the point. Don't think there's going to be a touch.
Big switch up, actually. I don't know if we're going to see a touch at all. It's just going to be a full backup, especially because Hattori is coming out of spawn. On the Ramattra, no longer on the Sigma. Going to play a little bit better into just making sure you can get a little bit closer to something like the Winston. You don't have to play as slow, especially if Zoro's going to switch off of the Ashe, then you've got a little bit better of sort of a brawl angle happening here with something like the Ramattra. Hattori played really well in the Mauga, so maybe the Ramattra is going to be the right thing up the wheelhouse too.
A bit easier to hold this kind of a choke point too. Gucci getting better of Pac. Zoro getting better of Loren using that window. Going to be able to dance around that one pretty easily. Problem is though, Ex Oblivione's dive is just so clean with it. Easy stuff. And again, it's you're not playing the Sigma, but you're playing in the way the Sigma would play anyway, like holding that corner right as the ram.
Yeah.
So like, what we just saw there was just, well, Ex Oblivion just jumped past them. Monkey jump into backline, monkey kill.
Monkey zap, Winton, yeah, Winton jump.
Winton not napping.
Great.
Because Supershy
Winton
doesn't
not
have
napping,
an
yeah. That's true. They do have the Suzu. Like the Suzu's really nice to have against the Ana for the cleanse. Even though Lauren has not really had a say in this match, it doesn't matter because Ex Oblivione are cleaning up everything else.
Could be. Annihilation comes in. Ripping tear in the back line. Can they actually kill Zerion? Okay, they're trying. It's taking a little bit too much time there. Hattori overstaying their welcome. Primal Rage pop too. Hattori now just trying to defend against the Tracer. Blocks the pulse bomb with the right click there on the Nemesis form, but as soon as that runs out, as soon as the armor disappears, you are the next dinner, the next meal here for Ice. 3 minutes to go. It was a little bit of a scrappy fight, but Lauren now can hold this high ground too with this barrage, and I think Hattori knows it as well. Switching over to the D.Va to try and get this final touch.
It's going to be a full team of 5 touch, though, as the rest of Ex Oblivione are also trying to come back into this one. They're going to see Ice actually back off from the payload just a little bit to make sure that they are in line of sight of the supports in the back line, and you can also wait for all those cooldowns to come back, too.
Oh, Sobek, that was so close. Nice kills there from Zoro taking down Gucci. Lauren end up, I would imagine, suffering from the D.Va mech. That's a defense matrix or the D.Va mech just accidentally killing the Pharah. As we just see Lauren changing over to the Echo. Only a couple of meters to go for Ex Oblivione, and now they've got a Nano to play with too.
Yeah, the Nano's going to be really nice if you want to help out Lauren there, makes him a little bit more survivable so that he can go in and try to get those duplicates a little bit faster too. But also, just the amount of damage you could do with a Nano focusing beam is crazy.
Good eat of the nades. Sleep Dart goes a little bit wide. Probably would have gotten eaten anyway, even if it did attempt to land. Nano Boost deployed. Eyes already 160 HP. I mean, yeah, against the Katsuni Rush, good luck. Still, though, with kills coming in through with a Primal Rage. I mean, Sobek does end up going down, but this Deadeye should be enough to slay the almighty Winston. 1 minute and 45 to go. Supershy making a stand on this second point. Much prefer the D.Va. These dive tanks just so powerful on King's Row. You just get run over, and I think Supershy are very aware of it at this point.
Yep. And Ex Oblivione feel it too. I mean, Ice actually gonna use the Primal Rage there, knowing that they want to switch over to something like the D.Va. Zirian also throwing the Nano in there, switching over to the Kiriko. Ice ate that, apparently.
I don't know what happened there, but it looked like it stuck, and then the Suzu came in. Oh, the Suzu dropped the pulse bomb, and then the
then the D.Va eats it.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
Smart.
Not a rare, it's not the rarest occurrence of all time, but it's definitely something you don't see every day. And there it is, Ex Oblivione. End up capping the point. 2 minutes to go now. Yeah, I completely forgot the Suzu, because it detaches the pulse bomb itself, and then the immunity, the pulse bomb still blows up, technically.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. There's the explanation for you. Put it on the Wikipedia.
Fun D.Va facts. And also working out great here. I mean, Ex Oblivione with that quick switch over to the D.Va didn't really need anything else on top of that to actually make their way through that second objective, and now they're already pretty well into third. They've got the ANJ sound barrier, so that's a great thing to have, knowing you can match Sobex on the other side, but it comes down to the fact that these rushes are also online for both teams.
Oh, they're going to do really early B here. Oh, A&J almost getting booped. High ground, sound barrier. A better one from Ex Oblivione. Double D.Va on the field too for the squad. Absolutely no chance here. Even using this Kitsune rush would be nice, but getting past 2 defense matrices, oh, good luck. Lauren hitting that remake and instantly transforming back into the Echo. They got self-destruct, they got pulse bomb, a team wipe, but Supershy equally invested into that last fight, popped both their support ultimates as well. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go now as the spam on the spawn doors commences.
Yeah, but it is about that remech. It's going to be very difficult for anybody on Supershy to actually touch if that mech just gets launched right on top of the point. And you're also looking at Gucci just still coming up big with something like the Tracer. Ooh, has to be a back off though. Yeah, Lauren got so low.
Headshot into the nice little body shot there from the unscoped left click. 1 minute to go. Bob closing in as well. Ex Oblivione with 50 seconds. Remech coming in through for Ice, and oh, straight onto Hattori. What a horrible place to be demeched. Rest in peace, Hattori. And it's been tough, I think, for Zoro too, especially in this map, to find great success on the hit scan. The Ashe is so good on this map, but how rapid and how quick EXO are being at kind of closing the distance and closing these gaps, it's been really tough for Zoro to really shine like they have previously.
Is so hard, so much harder to actually like keep the high ground control for yourself when you know that the Winston or the D.Va can jump up there with you. And if you're setting the pace that quickly, then you don't even have time to actually get up to the high ground in a lot of these cases. And on the Ashe, you have one coach gun, right? Like you have one chance to actually try to escape, and then you've got the kind of like the pincer coming through from Gucci. So yeah, it has been really tough going here from Zoro. Maybe we see the Widowmaker at the start just to see if they can get any type of pick, but I don't expect the Widowmaker to stay when you know that Lauren's also going to be playing the Echo.
What would be beautiful is you get a nice little shot, a nice little kill.
Add one to the highlight reel.
Yeah. Nah. Alright. Yeah, no one's peeking that one. No one's speaking. Not anymore. Not anymore. Well, saying that, I think we saw a couple in stage 1 that I lost my mind at, but...
Alright, well, Zoro goes back over to the Ashe. Maybe a little bit easier to play with if you're going to be on the attack, but I worry about this composition, Jaws, because look at Hattori playing the Sigma. It's just so slow, right? You're waiting and you're hoping that there's going to be a pick that comes through from your backline, while Ice gets to set the pace. With this, Winston just jump onto the backline. How do you actually peel for that?
Yeah, and there you go. Exactly as you said. Ooh, Sobek's going to have to be careful. I think Zerion got rocked on the high ground of all things, and the beam just shredding the Sigma through the grasp. Yeah, not a lot that grasp is useful for against this comp. Like, you know, the sticky bombs, the tri-shot, you know, the pulse pistols, tracer, etc. is great, but the tester cannon the focusing beam is just going to go through it. And there you go, there's the switch. Hattori over to the D.Va, and Zoro on the Cass.
Yeah, the Cass is nice too because you at least get the hinder nade onto something like the Tracer or the Echo. It's going to make them a little bit easier to take out, but you still have to think about, like, how do you actually roll away from any of this damage?
Oh, good hinder. Surprised it didn't actually connect and stop the Tracer from going anywhere, but they managed to slip away. Gucci closing in on this pulse bomb too. Looks like Pac is going to be the man of the hour here on the point, trying to put some pressure on, just to maybe gain a tick. But slowly but surely, yeah, they're just getting run over. Not even giving up a single one either. Pac dead. A&J maybe going down. A very split fight, but it's working out in favor of Ex Oblivione right now. Zerion, they're on the board, and they're going to stagger too. Just wait for the spawners to come through and then kill the D.Va. There it is. Okay, so you won't get the wave respawn, or at least the full effect of it. Supershy are staggered. 1 minute and 50 seconds, Rose.
They're starting to run out of time, and Hitori is going back to the drawing board again, switching off the Diva to the Mauga. So at least it's one way that you can bully your way past this choke point, is to just run at them. The overrun, the cardiac overdrive, just try to find some type of squishy target, but everything on Ex Oblivione is so immobile. There's not really a good target for that. Maybe you're able to make your way onto the point, and it's a little bit more difficult to dislodge you, but the Nano did just fine there. The Ainty at least make that purple, and then the Mauga has to go run and hide.
All right, there's the overrun on to the mini. Tori and the squad are currently pushing through Hotel. They take down Loren and the dupe. Minute to go. Ex Oblivione only lost one. They do have ults here. There is a possibility to touch, and Gucci is setting up for it as well with Pulse Bomb. All straight into the bag. That's a good anti too. Oh, Pulse Bomb goes wide. Oh, Gucci. Oh no, blinks straight back into it. Oh, dearie me. Hey, they come up with one kill. It was unfortunate. It was on yourself. High Noon, used by Zoro. Primal Rage, it's a nothing compared to the Cassidy when you're getting pocketed that much. And there is the point. Gucci, I can imagine, face palming IRL after getting killed by their own Pulse Bomb. All good, though. Quick reset. There's Ex Oblivione on fast heroes right now, but I can imagine they're going to switch from the Sombra and the Doom.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Ice actually just came out of spawn with that, so maybe it's not out of the realm of possibility to see Ice actually, like, maybe stay on the Doomfist, try to work with the Echo in a different way. Doomfist is definitely one way that you can isolate a target in the street space, no less. If Eichenwald is, of Kingstar is probably even the better place to do this, particularly because you have good corners and walls to actually punch targets into. So let's see if this sticks.
And never not going to be a fan of a little bit of a Doomfist dive, especially when I'm not on the receiving end of it. Good Nano onto Ice. Oh, didn't quite get the punch around the corner. Oh, hit himself in the bookstore. Forgot to return some books, I'd imagine, but unfortunately,
now
result in your death. I think Ex Oblivione, they're going to switch away, because one of the best things against the Mauga is actually the Diva, absorbing a lot of those shots coming through. After the cardiac overdrive has been popped, but looks like Ex Oblivione, they're going to commit to this. They're going to commit to the Doom dive. Just
at least one more time.
Quickly.
Yeah, like you got one more chance here. The payload still hasn't reached that second objective, so you can come in and try to get the stall. Especially if you can maybe like punch the Lucio away. Not a horrible idea.
Yeah, that's fight over. Yeah, no chance to use any abilities or ultimates or anything there if you're Ex Oblivione. A little cage. 3 minutes to go too. Super shy. Okay. 3 minutes, 3 ults. There is the Diva. Ice finally switching over.
Diva hopefully faring a little bit better, but it almost feels a little too late. Like, you're already into this third point. You've got ultimates to work with still if you're super shy, especially with, like, the Lucio sound barrier. That's going to be really nice to have if you're going to try to take these close quarter engagements. You also just have the double DPS ults, too. I feel like it should all come of super shy here, especially if you're going to hit the beat this early.
That is a really early beat, Rose. Are they going to be just locking me down, especially with the Diva staring at you? It doesn't look like it. Pulse Bomb thrown out by Gucci. Goes wide. All good, though. They're still in a high ground position. Pack ends up getting their own Pulse Bomb eaten as a duplication onto the Mauga. That is one of the highest value dupes too. Good triple shot there from Zoro. Still the DPS from Super Shy coming up big.
They are...
Oblivione is going to have to touch.
They're capping. They're capping. They're
Good
capping.
Slam. Azerion unable to get the cap. 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh my god.
Zoro comes up large with some kills at the very end. Is the whole time it's like, hey, we're pushing the payload. You want to take the farms with that small high ground? Sure thing, boss. We'll just walk the payload here.
I feel very warmly welcomed back to OWCS.
Maybe. If I was breaking down.
I think at the end of the day, I do think that Super Shy was going to win out that fight. It just happened to be a little bit faster than maybe we anticipated.
Well, I mean, look, Super Shy. What do they have success with on New Junk City? Mauga. What do they have success with here? Mauga. That's going to be the
That's what I'm saying.
It's looking good. Mauga Rush.
I know you didn't want to see the Mauga anymore, but like for Super Shy, that has been their success points.
I'm not too beat up about it.
Yeah, like if they want to win, they have to win with the Mauga. It just is what it is.
Is what it is. See if Ex Oblivione What they're going to pick, yeah, Lauren definitely going to pick the Echo. I'd imagine they're just going to kind of stick with the same comp. Because like I mentioned, the Echo, when they do the Mauga, it's such high value because you instantly pop Cardiac Overdrive and your team is just buffed up so much for those 3 seconds. It's tough to win that fight out, and then you're doing so much damage too against the enemy Mauga. Could be a pretty easy cage, a free one. We'll see what they can do with a minute though. Ex Oblivione on the attack.
And right out of the gates, they're going to be with the D.Va. They know that this is going to be the biggest way to counter something like the Mauga, but Lauren gets caught out immediately. Maybe that is going to be enough of a distraction for Ice to deal with this front line. That's 2 picks already.
Relevant in this fight a little bit there. Yeah, straight up to the high ground. You could Hattori was chasing Ex Oblivione. A good pick-off initially onto Lauren, but again, that's what the dive really has over something like a rush, is getting up the high ground super quickly. Ex Oblivione with a couple of ticks on board. It looks like Supershy, especially with Hattori dying last there, means that they're just going to have to go for a reset. And here approaches OT as they take the fight in the choke.
This is going to be the best place for this Mauga to actually try to get the recontest, though. It's going to be under this archway. There's a little bit less room for this dive to operate in, if that's the case, when you are able to take this close hold with the Mauga. It's also great that this is going to be overtime. Ex Oblivione have no choice except to try to fight on this point, so even better for this Mauga to actually try to get the overrun on them and such, but they've got this Kitsune rush already here for EXO.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were playing for the rush. Oh, okay, they're backing off for it. Supershy already turning tail and running.
They know.
Might not even need to use it. Ice ends up getting booped into the small corner there. Nice little boop from Sobek. Does end up getting the D-Mech. Pulse Bomb goes wide too. They end up utilizing the rush, and they've still got a sound barrier if they really need to use it. They might need to. There it is, as soon as they see Hattori charging up that overrun. They end up letting it loose, but a later sound barrier and a later rush here from Supershy might just see them through this fight. A good pulse bomb from Pack onto Ice stops the remake from coming through, and now it's all on the Tracers. Supershy, they're going to hold the payload. Just on that final, that first corner, or second corner, I suppose, going towards second point. And now with only 2 minutes in the time bank, can they bring us to a map number 5? A very clear win condition is set in front of them.
A clear win condition, but Ex Oblivione also know how to get the upper hand on this Mauga comp. If they come out of the gates for this defense with the D.Va, and they can actually get like a first hold from the first fight, they might be in a good spot to actually just get the full hold on first point. 2 minutes and 15, though, is a lot to work with for Supershy. It should be enough time for them to start to get really big ultimates online, so if they wanted to try to come out the gates with the Mauga, then that's a cage, right? That would be some DPS ultimates to spare, too. But, I don't know, maybe if they expect the D.Va, they don't try to go the Mauga.
Yeah, I would love to see Supershy run the Mauga here, and then just do the classic rush thing. Or even with a TP. Look, you can TP. You can put Pack on the sim. You can TP onto the high ground, or just run around the high ground, right? I mean, which is, if the enemy team is kind of very aware of that, it's pretty easy to just kind of run away with the faster comp. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, that's something worth keeping in mind there. Yeah, Lucio does more damage than Genji now with the left clicks. Lucio got quite a significant buff to the left clicks. So, yeah, doing a lot of damage to the Widowmaker. As Hattori is on the Sigma for their attack.
That's close to a tick already. If anything, like, Supershy have gotten in very quickly. It's already going to force Lauren backwards. Azirian also gets domed. Like, this is just going to be first capture.
Yep. Oh, yes, it is. Only had 2 minutes to do it. That's first cap for sure, Ex Oblivione. He dealt with the Sigma last time quite handily. It looks like Supershy want to punish a couple of the spawners, too. They're a bit too slippery, though, Echo and the Lucio, and they're going to get out of there, no problem. Oh, Jazzy Lucio.
The best.
Greatest debate in Overwatch history. Jazzy Lucio, yay or nay?
Yay. Absolute yay. Absolute yay. I hear Zoe saying nay. I have to... friendship ended with Zoe. That's all I gotta say. But...
1 minute to go. Tori, oh, missing that rock. That's a little rough. All good though, Ice is out of there. There's one final fight for Supershy. All they need to do to win this and take us to a map number 5 is looking quite likely here as Ex Oblivione health bars are ticking downward. Pack with a pulse bomb in hand too. Oh, the Susa's come out. A perfect opportunity now for Pack to dive to that back line. Oh, the stick. Oh, ends up going onto the wall. Can they still get the teammate though? It's 0.2 meters remains as the window's been deployed. And there it is. Supershy. They take King's Row out from under the feet of Ex Oblivione. They're going to take us all the way to a map number 5. Reverse sweep on the cards as Ex Oblivione go down once again. Here it is. There's no more 3 Overwatch. There's not even 3-1 Overwatch. We're going all the way as Ex Oblivione just unable to deal with that Sigma, which they easily dealt with last time. I wonder how they're going to know. I wonder where we're going to go next, because you best believe they're going to take us to a non-Mauga map and hopefully a non-Sigma map. Just they want to go pure dive. I have no question about it.
What a difficult choice to have to make, though, because at the end of it, I think like you do have an opportunity with this map pool to not pick a Mauga map, but you're also looking at I think push, right, for a final map game mode.
Yeah, push. I mean, like, where do we go
I think you can still. I think you can run the Mauga anywhere, actually. Like, if you're super shy, just do it. I don't know. Put the onus on Ex Oblivione to figure it out.
Yeah, you really can. New Queen Street, you can for sure. Like Colosseo, Runasapi, Mauga pretty viable on all of those. Sigma not so much. You can play a little bit of Sigma on Colosseo, I suppose, but glad we got that one in the highlights. Unlucky Gucci, you know it was going to be there. Sorry to see it. But yeah, run Mauga. That is the name of the game here for Supershy. Strongest comp by far at this point. What an unbelievable comeback it would be too. They want to make it to that main event again, but they have to get through another, a very strong opposition as well. This is the elimination game, and the loser here will go home, but Gaming Gladiators stand in one of these teams' way in order to actually make it to the main event. But going through in a map 5 like this will be definitely for Supershy a massive buff to their confidence, I'd imagine. So we see the final moments here of King's Row on your screens. Yeah, that window. Good luck fighting into that window. There's just absolutely no hope. But yeah, where do you think we're going to go, Rose? Colosseo, Runasapi, or New Queen Street?
It's so tough to call because I think when you look at Ex Oblivione, it's like, okay, we just want to try to pick a map that maybe Mauga is going to be the least potent. I think for that reason, Colosseo seems like a pretty safe bet. Maybe you do open up the doors for them to be able to play something like the Sigma a little bit better, but it's tough. I don't know. You can play Mauga on everything.
Yeah, I think if you're Ex Oblivione, I think you go probably Colosseo. Out of all of the maps, it is the most vertical, so you're going to be able to use the D.Va a little bit more Winston.
Echo?
Yeah, Echo's pretty good on that map. Like, although Hitscan's pretty good on that map too, but you're probably playing the Echo regardless. Like, Echo's just very strong right now, even after the small HP nerf. That would be my pick, at least, if I was in Ex Oblivione's shoes. Runasapi, there are high grounds there, of course, for the Winston to kind of dive, but it's a lot more like straightaways, a lot more wide open, like hairpin corners. New Queen Street, in a way, New Queen Street is kind of like Runasapi, just a little bit more enclosed. But, well, okay, we are going to Runasapi, picked by Exo, so pretty confident in this map, I'd imagine. Caught me, I was wrong. All good, though. As they try and deny this reverse sweep, as Supershy is set up, starting on New Queen Street, New Junk City, taking us to Kings, and then Runasapi could be the final map here. Exo don't want to go out 0-2. Historic organization, which you've picked up quite a number of times, Rose, has been a feeder team for a lot of these other more dominant teams in the EU.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest example of that is Chase. The main tank for Ex Oblivione got picked up by Ents, and just like, I think one of the smartest pickups that Ents has had over the last OWCS stage. Like, such a stellar tank option, and now you have the ability to have that as part of your roster. But it did leave Ex Oblivione in several occasions having to plug up a ton of holes in their roster. Hasn't phased them, though. Like, they're still here putting up a great fight, and they still have an opportunity to win this map and move forward to play another set. So we can't count him out right now, and we certainly can't count out Supershy either. As you see, Hitori already hovering over the Mauga. We know what's coming, Jaws. It's gonna have to be this Mauga. And Ex Oblivione, they're prepped for this. It's gonna be the D.Va straight out of the gates for them to try to make sure that they can get a heads up on this Mauga.
All right, let's rock and roll. Mauga versus the D.Va. You can, again, Ex Oblivione, like you mentioned, maybe expecting this. Little Symmetra play from Supershy as well. This is looking like very Twisted Mind Stage 1 as well, with the Sim TPs, with the Mauga, etc.
Yeah, UB's TPs.
Maybe that 0.5 seconds was more than enough there for the Mauga versus D.Va matchup. Unbelievable damage coming through. And that's another big thing about the Sim too. You ignore the Matrix completely. You just fry the D.Va.
Oh, I mean, geez, D.Va was like actually de-mech'd. Is that what I just saw? Like the mech was already...
Yeah, I mean, they just pinned the D.Va in the corner, like laser beam, 2 Gatling guns, like it was...
Oh, such a fast swap there too.
There's the mirror.
Yeah, it's a full mirror here outside of like the support change between like the Baptiste for Supershy, the Kiriko for Ex Oblivione, but then you also have the differences in the DPS options. Supershy having the teleporter is a huge boon to them though, because you can play a little bit silly goofy, get the teleporter into the backline or at least have a quick disengage, and it's already coming up big like that. Could be checkpoint soon. They've got ultimates to spare here with the Amp Matrix.
Well, there goes the Mauga battle. Sound barrier coming through really early from A&J. Sobek 3% away. Bizarro's already fallen. You don't mind that, though, at all. You got 50 meters on the first push. Team kill. Supershy all spawning at the same time now, with thanks to the wave respawns, as Podo now going over to Kiriko to match. But you've got the sound barrier advantage. You've got a big wall as well. If you really wanted to, Rose, as soon as they lay down the rush, you can go crazy. You can play a little bit tricky with the wall. It's going to be a re-engage, and there it is. They're actually going to start the fight off with it.
Okay, so that's one way to split it up, right? And maybe even force the hand on Ex Oblivione, but Exo just like kind of walk away from that. They don't want to deal with this Symmetra wall, and they can come back into this one with their own ult.
What a
maybe
flattening. They got turned into a pita bread or something. Ex Oblivione just got run over. Sound barrier advantage, and no chance for Zerion there either to use the rush. That's going to be checkpoint for Supershy. Ex Oblivione, and I think a majority, was it 77% of the chat as well voting Ex Oblivione? They're sweating right now.
Absolutely. You see the checkpoint already come through. There's still 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. That's like so much time left in Runasapi to work with. But you have to get in with these ultimates like fast. And it's Supershy that's just continuing to set the pace. Like the teleporter just completely warped them to the other side of this point. Laura's down already before being able to use this duplicate.
Well, they've been studying the Symmetra VODs for sure. And there's the rush, but all good. We just disengage. That's fine. We got a rush in 10%. Ex Oblivione, they've got Cage, they've got Dupe, they've got Blade, they've got the combo required to win this fight. Right, still Supershy getting some extra meterage.
Huge deal for them too, because the closer you get to being able to find this final fight, I mean, like Cage, how do you withstand through this? You don't have the sound barrier still.
Cage, Gucci's already dead. Supershy are just running over Ex Oblivione. A really early duplication from Lorena onto the Mauga. Didn't get much. Cage went down from Hattori, and then a late Cage from Ice. They couldn't use the combo.
Sweating.
And now there's some crazy swaps coming from Ex Oblivione too.
It's like a full team swap. Yeah, it is. You got the Sigma, you've got the Pharah. Sirian's also going to switch off the Kiriko to go to the Baptiste. All hope right now on Gucci to try to get this blade to slice through Supershy and stop this push. But Jaws, they're already round like that final corner. They're gonna lose this bot progress, but they could just get a full cap here and send Ex Oblivione packing.
Oh, good TP. Oh my word. Loren didn't know what hit him. Blade comes through. Match with the sound barrier though. This Blade's looking pretty dull right now as Gucci a perma holding S with the Blade. I doubt they even got one slash off with it. 99 meters, that's ticking over to 100. Slowly but surely, Ex Oblivione, they're losing control of this game.
Well, at least they killed Potanova, sure, but look at the amount of damage they've got.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
This reverse sweep might just end here, and we're not even halfway through the map. There's 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go. As Ex Oblivione, they're respawning in the big wave here, but Pack looking like they want to TP Potanova, get them back in fight ASAP.
You can. Malga has to back up here, though. Like, Hitori's so low, does manage to get out. But this is so tough for Ex Oblivione to have to come back from. Zirian is going to be the first player on the team to get an ultimate up. That amplification matrix gonna be difficult to actually get a line of sight because you do have the Symmetra from Pack to teleport them all out of there when you see this window get popped down.
TP away. It's the EU special, I feel. All right,
really
they're gonna take the mid fight. There's the slam. Oh, Loren though with a double barrage kill. Give me flashbacks of map number 1. On Sanctum. Hitori, though, still coming up with kills somehow, though. This rush is just doing so much work for the team. Very little healing, though. Oh, he's being tricky with it. Oh, straight out of the way of the rock. Oh, I'm back again. Slam into the front line. No, dodges that one. Look, the ice is out of there, but they burnt, again, so much out of the ultimate bank. And they can just take these neutral fights as well, Rose. 17 meters to 132 is an absurd lead.
That is absurd. With 4 minutes left, barely any ults to work with. You gotta get caged here before Ice can even use this gravitic flux. This is not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yeah, good luck, have fun. I think fun is the last thing Ex Oblivione ever having right now. 3 minutes to go, and they're going to make this final push. Ex Oblivione, wow, they just lose Gucci just like that. Pack finds a kill. I mean, there's a flux coming in from Ice, but are they going to be able to use it? They end up getting it off, sure. Pack ends up going down. High noon pod from Zoro. Lauren's already dead. Nice, has to touch the point, but just run over completely. And just like that, Supershy with a completion on Runasapi, find the reverse sweep. Ex Oblivione, that entire start of the series was in full control. Full control domination. But Supershy, they didn't give up hope. They were pure, calm, cool, and collected on New Queen Street and finish up the series just like that. A 3-2, and Supershy will make it through the elimination match, knocking Ex Oblivione out in the groups.
Oh my god, the mental fortitude. Zoe, you're all smiles as well. We actually got a 5-map series.
I'm shook. That was the most demure and mindful performance I've ever seen in my entire life.
So true.
I still don't know what it actually means. I'm just trying to figure out the cool kids. Either way, the cool kids are definitely everyone on that Supershy squad. That was insane, because quite frankly, I mean, if we're going all the way back with the highlights onto Nepal, you know, the stats there indicated that this was, you know, a close-ish game. It was 2-0 for Ex Oblivione, but, you know, Supershy held their own. Map number 2, though, getting fully held on Dorado, and that was just rough, okay? Like, to even come back from that, and it did not look close. It was just across the board, so much excellent performance on the side from Ex Oblivione, which made it seem at that point like, well, this one is a wrap, right? Like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Zirion, like, hitting those nades so clean. Lawrence on that venture in map 1, and then also, of course, Farah on map 2, or Echo. Like, Lawrence had an incredible performance. So, like, across the board, it just felt like Ex Oblivione had the upper hand in that series. And then, lo and behold, Supershy gets to play those rush cons, implementing that Maga, and they're popping the F off. Like, this was actually so impressive.
I mean, it's like Return to Monkey, but for them it's like Return to Malga. And
close enough. Yeah.
The rush was just sick, and at the very end too, just a completely different style of the rush as well. Not just like, oh, we're coming out of Malga, like, oh yeah, here for example, like Pack playing the Genji, they're playing the Cass, etc. No, it was like, okay, we're gonna play Sit. We're just gonna TP around you. We're gonna do what Twisted Minds had great success with back in stage number 1 in setting Zoro up with these crazy high noons, or like just disengaging from these fights. And you saw the desperation slowly set in from Ex Oblivione. I mean, I saw the tweet of it earlier from Supershy. It's like, you know, don't be sweating out there. Like, come on now. Like, don't get nervous, guys. Don't get nervous. We might reverse sweep. And they do. The sheer tenacity and from the whole squad is just excellent stuff. And I think something that we brought up, Rose, was the fact that Supershy, this squad's been together for quite some time.
Yeah.
A giant break, and you can see they've really put in the effort and the work. They're going to have a tough opposition in Gaming Gladiators, but what a star. What a massive confidence booster coming in to a series like this.
I think they finally figured out that they just have to play their own game and put the onus on Ex Oblivione to figure out how to deal with it. We're getting some really great highlights back of Pack on the Symmetra, just playing tricky with it. Those teleporters made it so much more difficult for Ex Oblivione to actually mark down a target and even use their ultimates. We see Amp Matrix, we just teleport away. We see Blade, I guess you can't hit us because we've teleported away from you. And like the fact that even, I think Jaws, you called out that they were S-keying with the Blade up and using it. Like it just speaks volumes to Supershy being able to really play around with that Symmetra and just play so many different looks. And congratulations to Hitori, like having to pull out so many different tanks and really try to figure out how to glue the team together with the Malga. Like fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, she really, really showed up today, and I love that they switched it up. I love that they went into their comfort zone, you know, like that the dive just didn't look as clean for them as it did for the opposition. So for Hitori to go on over to that Maga, the team following her lead there, really, really fantastic performance. Love the synergy we've seen from that team. It comes from on point. Like, I'm very, very excited to see more of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping in a way that they end up coming up big against Gaming Gladiators. It's going to be so tough though. I mean, Gaming Gladiators are an extremely strong team, a lot of experience, like Overwatch League level experience, but yeah, Supershy. I mean, hey, what a better way to do it? Honestly, a little reverse sweep here, a reverse sweep in an elimination match. I don't think there's anything sweeter than that, honestly.
No, there isn't. But let's ask Hitori herself as she's joining us for a voice-only interview very quickly. So first things first, of course, Hitori, a huge congratulations to you and the squad. That was insane. You must be shaking right now. What a way to come back. How do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty excited. I would say, like, history repeats itself. Like, we already beat them 3-2 when we qualified for Stage 2, and now we did it again. So it's pretty cool.
Quick question about your team transitioning to that rush come towards the end of that series after the dive just didn't quite work out. Was that planned, or at one point did you guys just rally the trip and go like, let's play into our comfort zone?
We tried forcing dive, even though we didn't scrim for like almost 2 weeks because we just didn't have the time. Everyone had to do stuff in real life, so we just also watched some Korean codes where Crazy Raccoons played Morgan. We were like, okay, if nothing works, we just go that shit and we just run it down, have fun.
I mean, if Crazy Raccoons are doing it, I mean, sure, it works, sure. Whatever you say, Crazy Raccoon, like, that's all good. I want to know how you're feeling after this match, especially with now Gaming Gladiators being your next opponent. It's going to be definitely a tough game. Like, what is the confidence level in your team right now, knowing that they stand in your way of making it to the main event?
It's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think we can beat them. Like, if we try hard enough and if we play well enough, we can almost beat any team, I think.
It definitely feels the case, especially being able to get the reverse sweep on an opponent that is, you know, a lot of people consider like just one of the top dogs in EMEA by name alone, the organization Ex Oblivione. So it's great to be able to see you get the win there. But I'm curious now, just like you mentioned something that I think a lot of players are going through, which is that you have a lot of IRL stuff that you have to juggle alongside playing Overwatch at this level. So how have you guys been doing with that, especially being a team that's stuck together for the most part since Stage 2?
It's been pretty rough at the start because like with Faceit League, our flex support quit and then our flex DPS quit, and then we had real life stuff going on, so trials were like kind of looking not that good, but we came back after it, and now it's kind of getting all together, except like our main support Zobek has to like miss some scrims because he needs to work in order to play OWCS on the weekends.
All right, darn IRL getting in the way of the success, but today you got the dub. That's all that matters. I'm so excited for you and the squad, and we can't wait to see more of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.